The Ode to the Stars patch is almost here for Rise of Kingdoms, bringing with it a series of holiday events, a new map for Champions of Olympia, and even, honestly, a very minor buff for Pakal. Really? Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in this video, sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, we're going to go over the patch notes, and yes, there really is a buff buried in these patch notes for all commanders that do shields. That's Alexander the Great and Charles Martel and Pakal and even the Lucky Coin potentially, but that's a minor buff, and that's something we'll talk about toward the end of the video. Let's take this sucker from the top. Our Christmas event series is on the way, and that is the 15th of December, in which this patch will be deployed. And, you know, some number of weeks later, we're going to get the Christmas events. It can't be that far off, though, because, like, Christmas is obviously just around the corner. So, Christmas is upon us as a deluge of unexpected letters. Wait, as is a deluge of unexpected letters. Okay, I skipped a word. It's time to prove that Santa Claus is indeed real. Well, I mean, what could possibly go wrong with this mission? The season to be jolly is upon us, with an exciting range of new events. Christmas Letter Saga, enjoy a return to happier times, inspired by the season in a new Christmas-themed story, alongside 3 commanders. So this is probably that whole like story sequence thing that we had with Minamoto this last round for Thanksgiving. I guess the story sequence thing is kind of interesting. I don't particularly care about the quest dialogue. In fact, when you see me play games, I generally just like click through it as fast as I can, but I know some people really care about that sort of stuff, and maybe there'll be something cool there, and I look forward to that. Frost Covenant, complete quest for 7 days to win great rewards. The Magic Snowman, decorate an adorable snowman in exchange for a variety of cool rewards. Astral Gifts, collect Christmas stockings to earn snowballs. Thieves in the Night, you know, I still have thief tokens that I have unused from like, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. And Race Against Time, so you go and you battle a bunch of barbs, and the faster you take them down and the more you take down in that period of time, the better. And Team Draw, have fun drawing cards to earn fabulous rewards alongside other governors. That's new, isn't it? Team Draw is a new one. I actually am intrigued. You have my attention. Christmas Wishes, send gifts that we've seen in the past, and a Zenith of Power. Ooh, people are hypothesizing that a cavalry health theme is on its way. I think that is very optimistic at best, that we'll see another health theme roll around this time for the Zenith of Power. I hope that is true. I will go all in on it if that is true. But the last holiday theme that I pulled down is actually the one that I am currently using, which, if I show you that right over here, it was the Saints Halo. That was the last time I pulled down a holiday time theme, and it was bonus skill damage and AP recovery at the cost of infantry health. It's honestly not even as good as the one you can now get in the Season of Conquest. I wish that I had not gone for this city theme in the grand scheme of things, because Twilight Falls is just pretty much better, with the exception of getting a teeny tiny amount of AP. So do I think that the Zenith of Power is going to be health? I actually do not. I think they might do something more, maybe not as good, but different, like they did over here with the Saints Halo. I suspect we might see something like bonus counterattack damage. I think that could be really, really cool. More normal attack damage could be really, really cool. I think there's a lot of things they could do that I would be very curious to see. I mean, Cav Health just feels awfully specific as a prediction. Maybe they will. They did recently re-release Infantry Health, which is very, very, very valuable. But we'll see. As soon as the patch lands, subscribe if you haven't already, by the way. I'll make sure you know exactly what that city theme is. So if we go back over to the notes, there's more here. Osiris League is getting improved. Seeing as the Osiris League is in full swing, they're going to be adding single bets to the League Bets section. There are some cool prizes to be won there. Don't sleep on the cosmetics. Historically, the cosmetics that are part of the Osiris League betting eventually become achievements and achievement points that you can get later. I skipped the cosmetics because I thought it would be better to get the legendary commander sculptures at one point, and now I have achievements that I can never complete because I just didn't get a stinking cosmetic, lol. The Champions of Olympia is getting improved, and honestly, these changes will probably be enough to encourage me to spend the time to pick this back up again, and to take really a revitalized interest in this game mode that I just haven't had time to play. But we've taken careful note of Governor's feedback and shortened the length of each match. I think this is great. Shorter matches, faster paced. We've also added a brand new map and improved the execution of the revive skill. We hope you find them really exciting. Here's the breakdown. They've got a treasure hill map. The map duration is going down from 10 minutes to 7. And they've shortened the revival times, which I think is very, 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 very good, because it's just like you're just sitting there if you lose your marches, and it shouldn't be as much about like avoiding losing your troops as it should be like, you know, playing and having fun. And you end up spending minutes running around like a crazy person avoiding losing a march, which like it just gets weird. So I like that they're making that change. We've improved some skills, particularly the revive skill, which can now be cast when 3 troops are all routed. I am definitely looking forward to seeing the new Champions of Olympia at work. And if you want to see me playing Champions of Olympia, definitely let me know down below in the comments. A few other optimizations, and here is where Pakal and Alexander the Great and Charles Martel and Leonidas and the Lucky Coin and more are potentially getting a little bit of a buff here. We've improved the shield trigger mechanism so that troops protected by multiple different shields will now always use the best shield. So here's my understanding of what they're addressing. The way that shields work on commanders like Alexander the Great and Charles Martel is that if you have one shield already active, you can't get another shield. But what I think they're saying is that if you were to be getting a new shield effect that was stronger, the old existing one would still overwrite it. So if I'm understanding this correctly, the way that this will work is anytime you have a stronger shield show up, it will now take effect for the full value of that shield, rather than leaving you with whatever you had left over from your previous shield. Am I understanding that correctly? Did shields overwrite each other before? And if they did, then what are they trying to prove in here? I would spend a bunch of time going and proving exactly how shields work now, but it's all going to change in a week anyways, so I'll probably invest the time then to show you exactly how it's working once this gets patched in. But that does mean that commanders that have shields will be ever so slightly stronger, because now if they were to get another shield, then you actually get the benefit of the strongest shield, which is really quite nice, but still such a small improvement. I know people are going to be like, oh, Pakal's getting buffed. How can this be? It can't be allowed. But it's honestly so minor, you probably wouldn't even notice the difference, quite frankly. This definitely is such a small improvement that I think it's good, but I think most people would never even notice. We've improved the mail system with a limit of 1,000 messages that can be permanently archived. So when they say they've improved it, I wonder if that's an increase to the number of messages that can be archived, or if now there is a limit and there wasn't before. Be sure to pass this on to any governors who otherwise might be in danger of losing important messages. Yes, hang on to those favorite messages. I think I've got messages from previous KVKs even. Like if I were to scroll far enough down here, like I honestly think I could get to other KVKs worth of reports. I've got ARC testing. I've got all kinds of stuff. Yep, there's my last KVK. Wow. Wow. Crazy, man. So just keep in mind, it will be limited to 1,000. So if you have some crazy old battle report that you're really proud of, make sure you take a picture of it, I guess, or limit the number of things that you're actually putting in here. And just keep in mind that when you go to look at a battle log, that battle log disappears after like just a couple days. Even the troop buffs are not available at this point. So there's only so much you actually retain over time with some of these reports. Take pictures of what you actually want to hang on to. But let me know your thoughts about this patch down below in the comments. And what city theme? Just drop your predictions. What city theme do you think we're going to get this holiday season? I'm throwing my hat in the ring with a bold prediction, again, that we'll get something fancy and cool, because I want something different, even though, legitimately, just give me the cav health and I'm going to go win that thing if I can, and like, hell yeah, that would be the jam to get 10% cav health. But I also think it would be interesting and cool if they just did something other than the stuff that we've seen so far. We haven't seen a counterattack damage boost on a city theme. We haven't seen a normal attack damage boost on a city theme. Percent of raged gained is not something we've seen on a city theme. I don't know. There's some cool stuff they could do with city themes. Heck, I mean, it'd be a little bit complicated, probably. I don't know that they would do this, but you could add something like a procced effect, like all your marches have a 5% chance when attacked or 10% chance when attacked to grant a shield. Like, there's all kinds of stuff you could do. And before people say, oh, that's completely overpowered, like, you would have to set the amount of the shield to be a reasonable amount. Okay, so pump the brakes, take it easy. I'm just saying there's a lot that they can do with city themes to give differentiation and variety and still not be overpowered, but still give players something like unique to work with at the upper end of things. And it doesn't even need to be at the upper end of things. It could also be like a city theme, which I'm sure we will get an epic theme as well, right? But the epic theme could do the same thing. It could boost normal attack or whatever and just less of it, which is always the case. There's usually less downside and less upside on an epic theme compared to a legendary theme, right? So I'm losing 10% infantry health over here, which is pretty catastrophic, whereas I'm losing, 5% of stats over here. So it just gives you perspective, right? These legendary themes are very good for rally and garrison, or if you go all in on like an open field thing, like I have 3 infantry marches. If I have 5, like, yeah, all of them having 10% more health is really gross. But if you want to see exactly how good that is, I actually made a video about that too. Card will be up in the top about using all archers, and it might actually be time to revisit that and test it out again. I don't know. I'm at this point just eager to see what darn city theme we're getting for Zenith. But until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies.